So what makes a woman excited about a man? The reason why I'm making this video is because I got an email from a guy who was seeing this girl and he was confused because he felt like she was sending him mixed signals, and ultimately he felt as though she really wasn't that excited about him. He met her online, then they go on a few dates, and he said that during the dates he felt like they got along and he really liked her, he was really attracted to her, but he didn't get the sense that she was that into him. But she still met him again for another date, and she even kissed him. So she's getting closer to him, but he said she just doesn't feel that excited or passionate about him, and he can sense that from her messages, he can sense that from the way she interacts with him, and he wants to know, why doesn't she feel excited about him, and what is it that makes a woman excited about a man? I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm going to tell you the cold hard truth. Women are only excited about men when there is a value gap. What is a value gap? That is when your value is significantly higher than their value, or they perceive your value to be that much higher than their value. There's lots of ways you can do that. You can be obviously a man of higher value and status, so you just look like you've got your life together. You're in a much better position financially, you're in a much better position physically and mentally. Women can sense this, they can pick up on it, and they can sniff out your value. They can get a sense of your value just by looking at you. Can women tell if a man is a loser just by looking at him? Yeah, of course they can. They just look at a guy, straight away they know this guy's a loser. And so they discount him completely. These men are invisible. They're like background scenery. You know, the guy working at the checkout in the supermarket. Women look at these guys as essentially just robots or useful idiots, you know, to pack their vegetables. But if a woman's going to be really excited about you, she has to feel as though your value is higher. And there's a lot of different ways to raise your value. Of course, you must invest in yourself, and that takes time, but it's a cumulative effect where over time you become higher value by investing in yourself, investing in your health, increasing your wealth, increasing your social circle, networking, and rising up through the ranks, which is what men are designed to do. Now, if a woman suspects that your value is equal to hers or less than hers, she's not going to be excited about you at all. I suspect that with this woman, she thinks this guy's probably got equal value to her. That doesn't really excite her. If she felt as though the guy had less value than her, she would not see him for a second date or a third date. He would be disqualified straight away. So she's thinking he's probably about the same value as me. Of course, women don't want that. They want to have men who have higher value. Now, there's a lot of different ways that men can have value, and this can get quite dark. Women can have a preference for a certain ethnicity and they give those men higher value. Women can have preference for men from certain countries and they give those men higher value by default. Now, in general, men who are killing it and focused on their mission and have great physiques, take care of themselves, have a healthy social circle, those men are going to be seen as much more high value than a guy who doesn't have those things. That's just the way it is. And women pick up on it and they sniff it out and they look for it. So ask yourself this: anytime you've been with a woman who's been excited about you, there is going to be a value gap there. She's going to see you as having higher value. If you've never been with a woman who's excited about being with you or being around you, that means that your value isn't high enough. It's just that simple. And if you want to know how to build your value the right way, I highly recommend you get a copy of my book, Atomic Attraction. You can pick up your copy today by clicking on the link below. If you want to get more information or you're struggling with a certain situation, don't forget I do phone and email consultations. You can book a consultation with me on my website, developatraction.com.